Hello, it is me, Sharak a la Buena. So, after I sat with the meditation that I just did, I really was like, I do these meditations. If you've done my meditations before, you know that generally there's an older woman who draws cards for me. And so I just thought, what do they even mean? Because I know that they're like a subconscious energy. They're symbolic, they're subliminal, to shift your energy and move it in a new direction. And this is all on the fly. I didn't plan any of the things that I'm talking about. So I decided to look it up, and it's pretty amazing. Like everything that I talked about is exactly what the cards mean. I mean, it's just so cool. So I decided to do a video and tell you what each card means. I also want to add in there that, okay, so just a little short story before I tell you. So I forgot to say in my last video that when I was moving from the friend's house to my sister's house, my mom and my cousin were helping me. Um, as I was packing my stuff and moving things out the night before, there was a dime and a penny floating around my room. And I was like, oh, 11 cents. Yeah, whatever. And then I'm like, whatever. I don't need it. It's whatever. It's 11 cents. And then, so I left it on the floor and we started cleaning everything out and packing up my cousin's truck and my car. And then, almost when we had almost everything out, my mom was like, you left that on the floor? And I'm like, what? She's like, here's your 11 cents. I was like, I guess it's mine. It was given back to me. I tried to leave it there and she just, whatever. Yeah, so there's that. And then, okay, so the other thing is I was going to put in the description of the other video, I'm going to put part 1 and part 2, I forgot. But anyway, I had put a paragraph in there about what I just was talking about and about my internet. And when I deleted the paragraph all the way up to the little smiley face, it was 111. That's how many characters, you know what I mean? You get a maximum of 5,000. Yep, 111. 111 little, yeah. So, and then on the way, after I got my truck and we got the truck packed up, on the way to my new apartment, I was calling the internet company because I was like, man, I totally spaced. My mom was like, did you get the internet set up? I'm like, what? No, I completely forgot. I just had so many things going on. So I just totally spaced. So I was on the phone with them for, I don't even know, probably 45 minutes, hour, whatever. And so the reason I'm talking about it is because it was the day that I was moving in. I was on the phone with the girl, and this is kind of like I don't know if you call it rural. I hate that. I don't like saying it. Rural area. It's out in the country kind of, but it's still a little town or whatever. And so they have slower ways of doing things. And the only company that my apartment complex told me about for internet was Frontier. So I was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? So the girl, I was on the phone with her, and she told me that the soonest that they could get me internet was January 11th at between 1 and 5 p.m. I mean, and then my order number was 444. What? It was 444 and 35259. But I'm just it hit me in the face, but I was like, damn, I gotta wait 2 weeks to get internet. I'm supposed to go back to work on January 3rd. So in the meantime of waiting around for the internet, or for January 11th to get here today, I was like, I called Spectrum. I tried to get it set up because I had seen in my cell phone that there was other areas or whatever that had Spectrum. And I didn't know if I thought they were in this building, but I can't. I guess they're like in other areas around here. So they basically told me that they can put lines in, but then the apartment complex has to pay for it, and then we pay the apartment complex. They said no, and there's like stipulations with the town or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I don't get to have internet right away because they were gonna come on January 4th, and then things got all messed up and confused, and then they reset it up for January 8th, and then I was like, oh my god, another 4 days. I was supposed to be at work on January 3rd. So I ended up using my hotspot. It was fine except for like the last like 2 or 3 days. It was totally like spotty and like laggy and whatever. But anyways, today is January 11th and the guy came at like 1:22 today. And I have internet. I have Wi-Fi. So that's why I was like, yay, I get to do a video and it's January 11th. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, now that my story time's over. Oh, so while I was researching these, I wrote everything down. Hopefully my handwriting is readable, that I can actually read it. Because, like, I don't have, like, I wasn't at a table or anything. I was just using my Dream It, Do It book because it's hard covered, and this book is not hard covered. Isn't that pretty? My sister, that's tape. It's tape. My sister taped it up. So, but anyway, so let me just, the number, okay, so my apartment number is number 6. And I knew that it was like, you know, like the tarot card number 6, I think is like the lovers. And so I was like, ooh, I've been told that I'm going to get, you know, a new man coming in. So I'm like, but anyway, so I was looking up, because in the meditation it talks about, not talks about, there was a card that was pulled that was like the symbol with the 2 lines and then you know what I mean? Like it looked like the Roman numeral number 2 or like the Libra symbol. So when I was looking that up, it just so randomly happened to have this number 6 meaning, which I wasn't really sure why it like came up in the search, but either way, it worked out. So the number 6 is the meaning of seeing. So it's like seeing, connects to intuitive guides and inner guidance, inner vision, inner wisdom, gateway to clairvoyance, taps into the infinite powers of imagination and visualization. So that's awesome. I'm so glad I'm here. Okay, so now I don't know. I'm uploading this late, so I'm just gonna say what the cards were and then read the definitions. I wrote down a lot of stuff, so be prepared. Okay, so the first thing that came up that I was like, a jack in the box. Now, when I first looked this up, I saw a bunch of negative things about it, and I'm like, there's got to be more to it than that. So then I found this prophetic word, and so the jack in the box that I saw, and I don't think I totally described it, but it was like the normal with the rosy cheeks and the, you know, the peach face or whatever. And he had like brown little hair up here. And then like the jumpy part or the body part was all white with like pink and blue and yellow polka dots, which that's even more information about that. So I didn't look that up until I just thought of it now. So, but anyway, so the prophetic word of the jack in the box is, whenever you have heavy spiritual warfare, it is always a setup for that jack in the box moment. A surprise is right around the corner. And even though you are expecting it, you're still going to be surprised. Did the disciples know that Yeshua was going to be crucified and resurrected? Yes, he told them. And then the next one that I saw was the meaning of box, and I thought this was pretty interesting because I'm in my mind a lot. So, meaning of box, to keep things in. The spiritual meaning of a box is that it represents the mind. A box is a container, and our minds are containers for our thoughts. And then the next one was, what is the biblical meaning of Jack? Hebrew origin meaning God is gracious, he who supplements. Oh man, I did not spell that very good. I'm not sure. You can look it up though. Then the meaning of Jack is you are honest, benevolent, brilliant, and often intuitive, full of high inspiration. You are courageous, honest, determined, original, and creative. You are a leader, especially for a cause. So now I'm going to say that it's an energetic download. So all this stuff, if you do the meditation, or you already did do the meditation because you're watching this video, um, that's for you. You know. Okay. So the red heart card is a sign of love, shows deepest emotions of people, reveals the vulnerable part of people's lives. You are loved and special. This is meant to encourage you to never look down on yourself for any reason. I didn't find too much on that one. Plus, I wasn't trying to write down a bunch of stuff, but then after a while, it just anyway, there was a lot of good stuff. Okay, so on to the next one is it was a green circle card, and it represents, so green circle represents the cycles of birth, growth, death, and transformation, represents education and consuming knowledge in order to create, inspired to help others in a period of growth, starting a new chapter. Okay, so a circle stands for equality and parity in all directions. On a technical level, a circle stands for recycling, an important step towards imitating Mother Nature. A circle stands for the sun, solar power, and renewable energy. A circle stands for wholeness. Finally, a circle, usually golden, stands for sacredness and enlightenment. I really like the part because I was literally saying that God is a recycler and God is the solar logos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally related to what I was even talking about. And it totally just like, it's like I was already, it's 11:10. Well, no, it's not 11:10. It's 10:10. But anyways, there's like, it's like what I was talking about. And then we went into a meditation. It's just basically reiterate what I said in the subconscious mind. Just like, I'm mind blown. It's so awesome. Okay. So let's see here. What do circles symbolize? Okay, so I wrote down just some key words and stuff. So perfection, totality and wholeness, eternity, the cyclic nature of the universe, cyclical chakra. Oh my god. Okay, now it's okay. My computer's an hour ahead. It says it's 11:11. Look at that. The cyclical chakra. You remember? Oh man. So the cyclical chakra is like way in the back. It's a recycler of time and space and eternity and everything that you create over and over and over again. I'm totally reading it on the fly. So you can clean it out and put new stuff in there. Oh my God, I never understood what the meaning was. This is great. Okay. All right, so back to the what do circles symbolize? So the cyclic nature of the universe, the sun, the cosmos and cosmic unity, the divine and wholeness, divine symmetry. Oh, motherism, royalty, union, unity, democracy, protection, spiritual journey, yin and yang. Yeah, and the yin and yang. Yep. So that's awesome. Okay, So now the next card was a yellow triangle, and the triangle. Okay, so it didn't do a yellow triangle specifically, so I just did triangle and then yellow. But you can put it together. The triangle carries spiritual information regarding ascension to another realm after death, such as eternity and reincarnation. It also represents the three elements that need to be balanced in order to reach enlightenment, such as mind, body, and spirit, heaven, hell, and earth. A triangle represents manifestation. Now, I'm just going to say quick, I've always had a question about the pyramids and why they're so significant. And this helped me to understand that. So I don't know if anybody else was like just kind of rolling that around in the back of their mind. Like, there's a lot of things on this earth that is like symbolic or representative of something, of this and that. And it has like a real deeper meaning than like we even realize, like we understand. So it's kind of like, I feel like we're coming into the knowing of a lot more about this planet and everything. So, anyways, a triangle represents, this is a pretty cool definition of a triangle. It's pretty cool. I wrote down a lot of stuff. It represents manifestation, enlightenment, revelation, and high perspective. It is often used to mark the cycles of growth that lead to a higher state of being. Spirituality, it represents a path towards enlightenment or connection to an omnipresent being. Now, I was literally saying that God is omnipresent. I literally used the word. Energetically, triangles direct energy and power in the direction which they point. Most powerful shape move through life lessons in the universe. Oh wait, no. Oh, sorry. It's actually most powerful shape in the universe move through life lessons. Yeah. So yellow is happy. It's a happy color, energetic, positive, and instills a sense of optimism in those who absorb it. Renewal, enlightenment, positivity, clarity, powerful, revitalizes, confident, happiness, promotes creativity, stimulates the nervous system, which I think is super awesome because I love the sun and I love the sunflowers and the yellow. And I struggle with the nervous system. That reminds me. Yeah. So anyways, and metabolic rate. Okay, simulates the nervous system and metabolic rate, aids in the stomach, digestive, pancreas, liver, and skin issues. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so now I kind of looked up, I don't know, it's basically the number 2. I think it's the Roman numeral number 2. But if you like, it kind of was both though. Like it was the Libra, because the Libra is like the scales, you know what I mean? Like it's like balance and harmony, and like the number 2 kind of like represents the same thing. So maybe it's both. So anyway, what it said about Roman numeral 2 is duality encompasses the whole circle of the zodiac, symbolic of love, unity, faith, and marriage, represents God's love for us and our eternal life in heaven. Very powerful message from your guardian angel about your relationships. You value relationships over money. If your bank account reflected the amount of love in your life, you will be very wealthy. You are very thankful for the relationships in your life that have supported you along the way. Good things come in pairs, partnership, balance, but also the number of conflict and opposition. Without number 2, the positive and negative could not exist. Yin and yang. The second tarot card in the tarot deck is the High Priestess, wisdom and good judgment. So what's interesting is, so I have a book. I don't know where it is. I just moved. It's been packed for a long time. But anyways, when I was a kid, when I was between 18 and 20 something, I found this book. And it's a big, huge book with every single day of the year. And each day of the year has a description of what that day means. And the High Priestess card represents the second day of the month. And then it rolls through, I think there's like, I don't know how many major arcana there, arcana, whatever. Anyways, there are, but my birthday is on the 29th. I'm a Libra, September 29th, which is coincidental of this whole thing. And the 29th in the book is the High Priestess. So amazing. I mean, this is so cool. Okay. So let's see. You should look up the meaning of High Priestess because I am a lot like the High Priestess. I didn't even try to be. It just happened. It just was natural. Yeah. So, anyways, okay, so then the next card was the Crescent Moon. Yeah. So the next card was the Crescent Moon. Okay, so the Crescent Moon is a spiritual motivator, inspires you to always take the necessary action for your progress and growth, indicates that you should not get tired of doing your best, even in the face of uncertainties and failures. Release, let go of anything that is no longer serving you. This phase of the moon cycle is a reminder that only by letting go of limiting perspectives, thoughts, and stories will you be able to create the space for what your soul is here to do. I don't know about you, but I needed to hear that. Yeah. Okay, so the moon represents the goddess, the feminine principle, and the cycle of life. Symbol of rebirth and renewal associated with the dead and the underworld. So, just a little comment. There was a point in there when we went down in an elevator, and I thought to myself, oh, are we going down to the underworld? I think that's where we went to. So I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Okay. Okay, so Crescent Moon. Spiritual power representing illumination, renewal, enlightenment, growth, transformation, a new beginning. If you have been struggling, then now is the time to let the light shine. Let the light of the moon shine upon you. Let me say it one more time. If you have been struggling, then now is the time to let the light of the moon shine upon you. That made me feel so good because I was like, I've been struggling. Help me, moon. It's true. Okay. So the last card was the sun, and I put card at the end of my symbol or spiritual meaning of the sun card, and so it brought up the tarot card. So I don't know if anybody knows, like, what the sun card, you're gonna know. Like, I wrote down some of the stuff, but like, it's basically what the definition of the tarot card is. Okay, so the sun card, discovering the joy of the spiritual path, radiates with optimism and positivity, the source of all life on earth. Underneath four sun, okay, on the card it's describing this. So underneath there's four sunflowers that grow tall above the brick wall, representing four elements. So what I was thinking about this, hi, is that I planted sunflowers my first year. Yeah, my first year in my new house. And there was a garage. Like, I planted them, like, how do I say this? Like, my garage was here, and then there was another garage over here. And the sun, basically the sun up there above me, would come. But the garage, like, the sunflowers would have to, like, fight to get up above the garage in order to get to the sun. And so, like, it's just like, it's so just like in alignment with like everything. Okay. Opportunities, optimism, fulfillment represents the dawn of the darkest nights, the dawn after the darkest nights. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that. The dawn. Yeah, I need it for sure. Okay, life energy itself. Sunflowers symbolize life and the spiritual fruitfulness that comes from the sun's nurture. No, I think it's nurture. And then at the end of my meditation, we went through the sunflowers. So cute. Cheerful card of good health and blessing, creativity, realization and satisfaction, new experiences, love, serene relationships and friendships, bliss, light and warmth, bright side of life, victory and blessing, prosperity, active male energy, a fresh start, divine assistance, power and authority, the divine, universal, unifying. So I tried to do it kind of fast because it's already 25 minutes. It took me that long. So I just wanted to get that out there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to say. Yeah, I hope that like you get this massive download. It's amazing. It's so cool. And if this gets into the soul family sanctuary, I love you guys. And I miss you guys too. I had to go though because I was really going through some things and I really had to have my own space because with all the shit that was coming at me, like I just was like, I can't take it. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Until next time.